Hey, Shalom on Christ. Clap it up. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We are under Command and Netenyahu. We've been teaching this truth since 1969 that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are in fact the true biblical Jews of the Bible, and that our oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. You understand? This is the 1 West News Desk. You understand? Bringing you your local, your national, your pan, your international news in your timeline. You've been flooded with a bunch of propaganda and madness or what have you. We'll be going into the things that pertain to our lives and our liberation. I know a lot of people are concerned about the war and war with Iran or what have you. And other wars too, Ukraine and Russia or what have you. But recognize and understand this: all the things that are taking place is for the liberation of blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. The true biblical Jews of the Bible. Everything that's taking place, the turmoil, the uprisings, the downfall of America, the downfall of so-called civilization itself, is for our liberation, our freedom, our independence in this age. And you might say, why do you say that? It may seem evil or wrong, what have you, but these things that are happening right now, all these things must come to pass. The collapse of America, the turmoil in the Middle East. It's been prolonged for a very long time. Just frankincense, it's been prolonged for a very long time, but and even been tried to halt it with the extraction of soldiers from Afghanistan or what have you. But here we are again, back in this region of the world again, right? And you can think, really thank the Lord that this is coming down, because we almost at the end, and the people that play is like uh, perfect candidates. Perfect candidates for what's going down. Bear with me 1 second. Bear 1 second. But nonetheless, it's all for our liberation. So don't necessarily be discouraged or what have you. But it's a necessity. It's a necessity what's going on. Hey, Shalom Yasha in the chat, Officer Yasha in the chat. But it's a necessity what's happening here. And it's going to continue to grow. Don't get swayed by the propaganda. Propaganda saying what? Every week, what do we hear? We hear we coming into agreement. All this diplomacy talk, all of this, all the leaders that's in position now, they got, it's a bunch of talking out the side of their neck. That's what it really is. And that ain't the reality of things, man. The reality is it's getting worse, and it's going to continue to get worse. That's what we got to recognize and understand. But nonetheless, y'all bear with me 1 second. Bear with me 1 second. We got a lot of things in the news. We had somebody attacked a pride parade in Berlin. Benjamin Netanyahu and the president of Ukraine visits the U.S. We got a lot to cover. Wildfires in France and in other European countries. There's a lot going on. But I'm gonna leave you with this for 1 second.
We got black Latinos and Native Americans. When the Lord says that our kingdom is to come, as long as we follow the Lord's statutes and commandments.
I got the camera bag, I'm the cameraman. If shit getting active, I'ma stand it down. We taking ground, call the ambulance. That shit go. Look. If shit go, look, you best get right, or you'll get, look, you got that, right, that shit go. If you got a problem, we'll handle it. Niggas acting hard, you better stand on it. We on every corner, we stamping it. You better get your life for this camp shit. We ain't playing around, there's no cowards, dog. If niggas charged up, you get powered off. Rude of speech, keep it raw. It ain't my fault that you niggas soft. It ain't my fault that these niggas frauds. It ain't my fault that them niggas rats. If your colors fly, you don't get that back. Shit go. Look. If shit go, look, you best get right, or you'll get, look, you got that. That shit go. Look. If shit go, look, you best get right, or you'll get, look, you got that, right, that shit go.
B-Rock, wanna go to war, gotta hop into the van. Tryna cut the semen, something you don't understand. Getting tough from my betterment, better take it like a man. Nigga, how you walk away from camp? If you willing to die, you better be willing to stand. Take a trip around the world, see a bunch of corners held by them UPK niggas. All them UPK niggas go to camp. And I'm on Shamar here, hanging out the car. Wonder when I pull up straight to the battlefield. And I'ma make sure niggas make it back home. Say, nigga, what you thought? Whether anything moving, I be on. Gotta remind them, we nothing like them niggas that you saw. If you hear back up, that'll be your last time to get out the way. The price to pay before.
That shit go.
Nah, for real though.
Look. If shit go, look, you best get right, or you'll get, look, you got that, right. That shit go, look.
Nah, for real though.
Look. If shit go, look, You best get right, or you'll get left. You got that?
Y'all about to put me out the top right stuff. Who got stuff? Who got stuff? Who got stuff? The Father we fear. The Father we fear. Yehovah. Israel. Israel. Israel.
Also, Carlos, you back. But like I was saying, everything that's taking place is in fact for our liberation. You understand? Our freedom, our separation, and from this oppressor, man. Our freedom from this our liberation and what have you. But let's start with Netanyahu. Let's start with Netanyahu, this article here. Bear with me 1 second while I pull this up here. So not only Netanyahu, but Zelensky. They down here for the funeral, down in Washington for the funeral for Lindsay. Why they have interest with Lindsay? You know, while all the insider trading with Israel and politicians over here, what have you, they value their stake in American politics or what have you. Not only Benjamin Netanyahu, but also Ukraine. And this is another thing with Ukraine too, right? And I'll add this to the stage so y'all can see the article also. But until then, I'll remove it until it's time to read. But recognizing and understand this, Ukraine and the United States, prior to this war, maybe 10 years plus ago, you know, there was a lot of meddling around with the United States Armed Forces along with Ukraine, and Russia was like, yo, chill. This is our territory. This is our era. This is our area. You know what I'm saying? NATO and the U.S. ain't got no dealings over here with my territory over and over again. So much so, you know, Russia had to do what they had to do because of international interference. Now imagine this. Put this in your mind real quick. Shalom Alazar checking in. Imagine Russia diving in or going into Puerto Rico. That's a U.S. territory. That's U.S. property, damn. You understand? Or imagine Russia or another foreign country going into hey, Shalom, I see you in the chat. Going into another say if it's even Mexico, even though that ain't necessarily U.S. territory, but there would be like an ally with it. It's too close for comfort. Now you got NATO and U.S. Armed Forces doing joint tasks, foreskin, force training, along with Ukraine for over a decade ago. At this point, way over a decade ago. You know, what do you expect? This is a treason on their part, or, you know, They out of hand, basically. But that's the case or whatever. Let me get some more on this though. Reporters all come and share this article here. Again, this is the One West News that's here in Baltimore. Share this article here. Here's Benjamin, also known as BB, the one that's wanted for war crimes all across the earth from the International Court. We got Netanyahu and Zelensky to arrive in Washington for Lindsey Graham's funeral. Both men scheduled to meet Trump at time where U.S. policy towards wars in Iran and Ukraine in state of flux. Why did they say that? Because I remember when Trump says Trump said day one, we're gonna get rid of the wars. Now it's war breaking out all over the face of the earth, man. Y'all just wait on China. They gonna get in the mix. As a matter of fact, Ukraine just bombed one of Iran's vessels. You understand? We see you in the chat checking in on Christopher Kimmy. We see you in the chat. Shout out to appreciate you checking in. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that share button. You understand? But of course, you know this is not a hate group. This is a love group. This is a love group, and you so-called oppressors and heathens. Y'all going to rejoice today where this society that's in rulership over the face of the earth won't allow child molestation. But the society that you love allows child molestation and drug addiction and poverty and desolence and pestilence. But rest assured you, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians will be empowered soon. We'll have their liberation after this third woe. And you will rejoice, even in your captivity, you'll rejoice that your sons and daughters won't be violated. You understand? But you understand that Christopher Kimmy, right? That just checked in, so-called oppressor. But we'll get some more here on this article here. They down there in Washington for the funeral here. Benjamin Netanyahu, Vladimir Zelensky are set to arrive in Washington simultaneously with the goal of winning the ear of Donald Trump at pivotal moments in wars affecting their respective countries. They coming down here to big. You know what I'm saying? Donald Trump is nothing but a political pawn. And the war with Ukraine and Russia, a pawn in the game with Benjamin Netanyahu against the Arab man, or against Iran or the Persians or whatever. And he doesn't really have a backbone. He's going to please his rich friends, and he's going to please whoever got blackmail on him. That's what he's going to do. Donald Trump is the perfect candidate for what we're seeing right now. He's the perfect candidate for the end of the world. Why? Because the blackmail that the Russians and the Israelis have on him, and other politicians in America, they have such a hold and stronghold on, America. Just politicians, the people in power, that they get to do whatever the hell they want to do. They get to do whatever the hell they do. They just passed this. They're trying to get this through the Senate, merging the U.S. military with the Israelis military. That is the definition of treason. this is a foreign country. Regardless of your allyship or what have you, there's lines that gotta be and borders that have to be set for your nation or what have you. But Congress, let's see what the Senate say. They down with it. Why? They all getting that APAC money. They all paid off. Or they got some type of blackmail on them. It's corruption at the highest level. This war that they continue to say is coming to an end and coming to an agreement, and especially with Trump's tweets over the weekend. I mean, my goodness. I mean, he's a sick, deranged man. He's suffering from dementia and several other ailments. He's on his last leg, but he's ranting on his Twitter, his Truth Social post, or what have you. The war is continuing, and it's escalating. And not only is it escalating, but other straits, the Red Sea is closing. Other straits, we're going to dive into that also. Why does Ukraine president need to be here? Why does Benjamin Netanyahu need to be here? Because they are in dire need of money. They're in dire need of U.S. military aid because they are losing. They're losing. Don't get fooled by the propaganda. It's hard to listen to Bloomberg. It is so hard to listen to Bloomberg and Fox News and all these news outlets to get your leads and get your news. You know what I'm saying? You got to be on TikTok. You got to be on social media. And then you got to take the big mega corporations with a grain of salt. Why? Why is that? You gotta take it with a grain of salt, cause they bugged out. They're obviously catering towards this administration. They're catering towards an administration, and their language when they're reporting is extremely biased. Whether it be the war, whether it be about immigration, whether it be about they had Hakeem Jeffries on today on Bloomberg. And and listen, we're no Democrats, we're not Republicans or anything political at all. But we're seeing you can clearly see the political theatrics between the two, and the harboring news outlets or what have you. Don't fall for the propaganda. Let's get some more on this Zelensky and Benjamin Netanyahu here. Netanyahu, Israel Prime Minister, and Zelensky, the Ukrainian president, will attend Tuesday's funeral, which is tomorrow, of Lindsey Graham, the former Republican senator for South Carolina, who died suddenly on 11th of July and was a close ally of both leaders. Both men are scheduled to meet the president at a time when U.S. policy towards the wars in Iran and Ukraine is in a state of flux. The meeting between Trump and Netanyahu will be the first between the two leaders since February, when they were in lockstep preparing for strikes against Iran that began on February 28th, on 28th of February. Since then, tensions between the pair have risen as the war has drifted inconclusively, with Trump calling the Israel premier crazy and declaring, "Without me, there will be no Israel." I mean, come on, man. They coming up against each other. Is that not clear? And then not only that, but you already have the American the so-called American opinion Everybody's against it. But when the representation in the media and the representation in Congress and the Senate doesn't reflect, what the people are talking about, because all day throughout, you scrolling through your social medias, nobody is for the war in Iran. Nobody's for it. Everybody wants it to end. Everybody's suffering because of the gas prices. The inflation is not being addressed. The housing market is ridiculous. We're on a when I say I should put it like this in real terms. But America is falling. America is falling on every front. It's falling in the social front. You're being deemed a bad guy. It's failing in the political front. Not only Gen Z millennials, but in other and other generations are coming up against what everybody's laying down as far as Trump and the whole cabinet is concerned. What else? You got socially, or you can put that in the social climate also. Socially, politically, economical downfall is it's not even inflation anymore. We're at a point of absolute extortion. We're at a point of absolute extortion. You can't buy a house. Houses is 5 times the prices they was 5, 6, 7 years ago. Literally 5 times over. Got homes listed for $500,000. That should be worth 120, 150. Between 5 and 10 years ago. The market is ridiculous, man. And forget about the extortion in the grocery stores. The extortion on the car lots. I mean, the list goes on. The cost of living has become astronomical. Absolutely ridiculous. That's why we got to come together, black man. Black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. We got to come together. We have to gather together. This how we going to survive this. By coming together, that's by staying together. It ain't gonna be that it ain't gonna be none of that goddamn long sharpness. We're gonna have to gather together like the scriptures say, you understand? I'm saying shalom because I see you in the chat. Shalom, we're gonna have to come together like the scriptures say. It ain't a suggestion. Gather together, old nation, not to die. You ain't want. What do you want? Gather yourself together? Gathering yourself together, or select people I like over here. People, you better get it together for real. And you better do it in righteousness, right here in the UPK. You understand? Well, let's get a little bit more in this article here. Again, it's the One West News Desk. Yeah, Trump called him crazy. Trump called him crazy. He called him crazy because he is crazy. He is out of. They both really, Trump, Zelensky, and Benjamin Netanyahu. They are perfect candidates for the end of the world. Delusional, narcissistic. You know what I'm saying? They ain't budging. Now, where in biblical history here, or I should say history in general, Who had those same characteristics? Pharaoh. Pharaoh had a way out, but he couldn't resist. He had to go back. He had to go back to try to destroy Israel, even in his defeat, and then got wiped out. Now look here, you got Trump. He ain't backing down. I know. Listen, his last resort is going to be. Let me take that back down. Listen. There is going to be nuclear war on the face of the earth. There's going to on the face of the earth. And it's looking like while these wars prolong, there's an end game. There's an end to it. Now they out here dropping the biggest bomb, the biggest non-nuclear bomb has been dropped. Now they talking about bombing this mountain. They talking about bombing this mountain down there. And Iran or what have you, because they got the drones and the missiles in the joint or what have you. Now they talking nukes. And then on the side note too, right? I think we covered this. Well, I think I was about to cover it. Me and my thumb was going to cover it last week, but U.S. gave clearance for I don't think it was Qatar, but I think it was Saudi Arabia, giving clearance to Saudi Arabia to now produce nuclear weapons. Meanwhile, when Saudi Arabia 9/11? Y'all correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. But it's Babylon is falling. And check it out. Understand this. Babylon is falling. America is falling. And it's never going to rise again. God does not want you white people to have power in the earth ever again. That's it. And they're going to be extinct, according to this Bible. That's liberation. That's real reparations or what have you. We ain't asking for reparations. We want justice from God to come upon the face of the earth. That's real justice, man. Let's read some more of this CBS article. Called your boy BB crazy here. Fueling the tensions between the pair is continuing uncertainty over Trump's zigzagging approach to the regime in Tehran, which he once openly supported toppling, in line with the stance of Netanyahu, who has long plotted its overthrow. Let's break that down. It's been 2-3 decades this cat been trying to invade, but president after president said no. President after president said no. And then who you got? The prime candidate for the end of the world. Let's go. Let's get it. What are y'all waiting for? Y'all out there punt ficking. Oh, this bomb this facility here, bomb this facility there. Close the strait, close the Red Sea. Close that other strait. What's that other strait called? The Bab el Mandab Strait. That's being closed. All them ports that's getting used as alternative from the Strait of Hormuz or Hormuz or what have you. the Houthis is shutting that down too. It's all getting everything getting shut down. So you're gonna have to ramp this up, Trump. You're gonna have to ramp this up. Let's get the troops in. Man, y'all prolonging this, man. This is World War III. And what's coming is, and what's happening is of the Lord. And it's inevitable. It's inevitable. All these nations are going to be drawn into the valley of Jehoshaphat. That's what we got to recognize and understand here. We got to recognize and understand that all these nations, they're going to come in with this. Ukraine, you didn't after around. Let me see if I can find this article too. And I'm gonna continue this article here on their visit before we move on, but I don't know if Bloomberg brought this out or I just seen this on social media. Where Ukraine hit Iranian ship. Yeah, this was reported today. I don't know where I seen it or heard that, but I don't know because I was definitely listening to Bloomberg earlier. I wasn't on social media too much, but I got a report on I got a report on it here. We'll pour that later as we move along here. But that is extremely significant in the game, extremely. Let's get some more. Yeah, Benjamin Netanyahu been trying to push this front on Iran for decades, and then you got this idiot Trump that said yes. Last month, the U.S. signed a memorandum of understanding that was meant to institute a 60-day ceasefire and the conflict, during which Iran would reopen the strategically vital Strait of Hormuz, and negotiations will begin over the country's nuclear program. Reading on, Netanyahu is not believed to have been consulted on the deal, which some analysts say took little account of Israel's interests. You understand? Shalom. What's going on? Allah's on the building. Clap it up. Allah's on the building. Got a producer in the building. He did. Reading on, Trump this month publicly repudiated the agreement as Iran continued to attack commercial ships in the Strait. U.S. forces struck Iranian targets for 13 consecutive nights as Trump threatened to escalate further by hitting civilian infrastructure, which is what? That's a goddamn war crime. So I don't know what the hell they even talking about. Like that's even a normal thing, because it ain't. Bear with me 1 second, shot. Hold on. Can you read that for me though?
Some from the top from Trump.
I'll go to the innocent.
However, the conflict has been paused once again. Admin reports that negotiations had resumed and Pentagon concerns that U.S. missile stocks are running low. How's that?
Meaning what, man? They gotta where you at? Con. Meaning what? They gotta amp up. That's why you got the Secretary of Defense or the Secretary of War sitting up there in front of Congress. I don't know if it's the Congress or the Senate, one or two. I ain't that involved in the politics, but you got the Secretary of War, the Secretary of Defense sitting up there begging for X amount of dollars in the trillions for aid for money and aid. Now from there I gotta go to the Senate and so on and so forth or what have you. But go ahead.
So Axios reported that Admiral Brad Cooper, head of U.S. Central Command, had recommended stopping the bombing campaign because it had reached the limits of effectiveness.
Reached the limit of effectiveness. Meaning, and that's a nice way to say, are they losing? Meaning, it ain't working. Go ahead.
Netanyahu is also believed happy over a deal announced last week between the U.S. and Saudi Arabia, allowing for a civil Saudi nuclear program.
Right. We before that we even read that. I was pointing out. I was thinking the past week or so, Trump, of course, in the U.S., they're allowing Saudi Arabia to enrich their uranium and the nuclear weapons. It's all right. We in nuke talks now.
Okay.
We in nuke talks now. Now, earlier in the article, what did it say? Earlier in the article, you just read this. Missile stocks are running low.
Yeah.
Now we're resorting to allowing a foreign country to develop nuclear capabilities, right? To develop nuclear capabilities on our behalf, on our so-called our not say our, I'm talking about the U.S. behalf,
Okay.
on Trump's behalf or what have you. It's a whole lot of treason going on. There's a whole lot of treason going on. Congress want to merge the U.S. military with Israel military. It's a lot of international question marks. If you ask me, Alizon, it's a questionable thing to allow Saudi Arabia, who was so-called behind 9/11, to develop a nuclear warhead in your defense. Boy, oh boy, you said that 20 years ago. So you'd be like, hey, what? Saudi Arabia. You be sitting in front of Congress in the Senate or what have you. Now they didn't clear this deal, and Benjamin Netanyahu was like, "Hold up, what's going on here?" The turmoil in the situation here in the Middle East just continues to grow. It continues to grow. Don't get fooled by the propaganda you did. You want to get some more on this?
Sir.
Let's go.
What's that? Just...
I need to scroll down.
Zelensky's presence is equally significant as it coincides with signs of a dramatic change of Trump administration posture in Ukraine's war with Russia, with the White House appearing more supportive of time than any time since Trump's return to office. the right wing social media influencer Laura Loomer gave the latest signal of a sea change in Washington's position with when she met Zelensky in the Ukrainian capital last week before publicly recanting her previous support for Russia.
All right, stop right there. Look, don't get blinded by the international ambiance of the scenario. You know who taught me like very well, John Shamar and Joe Thumb and Joe Q. They always say visualize. They always put it the term visualize this, visualize this. These are gangsters.
Right.
Look at them like gangsters on the street, like literally in your neighborhood. Literally in your neighborhood. Say you grew up. Well, I grew up like Pikesville, Randallstown area, Milford Mill area.
Okay.
So I'm thinking like Randallstown cats beefing with Milford Mill cats.
Okay.
Beefing with Woodlawn cats. Beefing with what's another school around here?
Well, Heights. Is that too? That's too far.
That's far. That's in the city now. You in the city.
Yeah.
You way down the block. I'm talking about county. Woodlawn, Ryan, Orange Mills.
Oh.
They all in the same. You gotta look at it like that. Well, I'll put it like I shouldn't even went that far, but visualize like a small city. Visualize it like that, and you'll understand it's all petty. It's all like very they don't have any wisdom.
Okay.
They don't have any integrity. They don't have any real leadership. So that leads to what? War. Now you got drive-bys going on, kids and people dying. Look at we put it on a smaller scale. But now that scale is on an international level, and you got nuclear conversations with Saudi Arabia. You got nuclear Russia talking about micro nukes. You understand? It's real messy on the international level.
Okay.
Real messy. If you ask me. And these are the people that all the folks in these suit and ties, your suit and ties and all uppity in Washington, uppity in the companies. Meanwhile, your political heads are messy gangsters. So much so that people are dying. American soldiers are dying, Ukrainians, Russians. I can't say too much for the IDF, Israel Defense, because they just using America. Everybody's dying off of whose messiness. Benjamin Netanyahu, his cabinet, Donald Trump and his cabinet, Russia, Putin and his cabinet, and white boy in this article, president of Ukraine, Zelensky.
Zelensky. Okay.
And his cabinet. And the list goes on. You can't even put it on this level. Think about the Italian mafia. It was all families. It was all white Italians. Everybody snitching, everybody killing each other. And they glorify it. Just like we glorify American politics. Just like we glorifying when I say we, I'm just saying in general, but Israeli defense and their cabinet is glorified. American politics is glorified. When they're all messy, they're all war criminals. They're all horrible people.
Right.
And they're not fit to lead. I mean, for decades, man. Forget about it. You want to get some more on this?
Come on, sir. I think I'm on this last month's NATO summit in Ankara that contrasted starkly with last year's bitter confrontation in the White House when Trump openly berated his Ukrainian counterpart and told him I don't have the cards, Salakia. You don't have the cards, Salakia. Trump has long been open in voicing his preference for Russia's president, Vladimir.
I remember before he was I don't know if it was before or right after, but I was mad. I was upset, and I tell you why I was upset. You said why was you upset about Trump winning and visiting Vladimir Putin? I tell you what, and I say this sincerely. I thought him winning this election, right, was going to prolong the third war because of his relationship with Vladimir. I was like, damn, man, he best friends with Vladimir. He, because Biden outwardly was against it. Everybody was saying, pray for Ukraine, boom, boom, boom. And then you got Trump sitting up there shaking Russia's hand.
Right.
So I'm like, man, I'm thinking the world about to end. Boy, oh boy, was I wrong. Boy, oh boy, was I wrong. Because look, I mean, we at the end. You understand?
Yeah, we're good.
Let me see what this is. Look. Yeah, Asha said they have a whole gang just to destroy themselves from the inside out. That's a good point. That's what gangs do. They destroy the inside out. Yeah. Every year you got a new Crip gang. First it was just one Crip gang. You got 10 Crip gangs. All the Crip gangs be against each other. Half of them. Yeah, they just destroy themselves from the inside out. Yeah. I shouldn't even went to Crip side because they more united. Because they black, they more united than the Italian gangs. But even though they still kill each other. But the Italians, they was family.
Right.
They was family. Fathers snitching on sons, sons snitching on fathers, cousins. They was all family, and like all this international madness. This the thing. Real quick, I'm gonna let you make your point.
Oh, good.
I want to get a camera on you. I should have. Can you plug that camera up to here, to this box? You might have to sit up here if you can't reach that table, though. Just plug it up first, and then we'll figure it out. But what was I saying? What did I mention before I said that? Was I still on Italians?
Yeah, you said you gonna go back.
Yeah, they all snitch on each other, and they all kill each other, man. That's it. No sweat. Just make sure the flap is open, and I'll put the camera on you. Yeah, man, I had a good point too. I know I did. As soon as we leave this building, that's how I go, right?
You were saying like you should. You were saying the Crips is more that they more together, because they black. You said, but the Italians, they family.
Yeah, they actually family, and they wicked as hell. They snitch on each other. We got this so-called code or what have you. Right? I'm gonna share this. Got you bring up in a second. I'm gonna share your camera. Okay. This code or what have you, no snitching and everything like that, blase. But in reality, they don't give a damn about their own code.
Yeah.
America, like this, just like the Italians. America don't give a damn about their own constitution, their own laws. You supposed to go to Congress to go to war.
Right. Yeah.
Trump did not do that.
Right.
Now past the 60-day limit or what have you, and you're just still at war. Nobody's being held accountable.
Yeah.
Nobody. They don't follow their own rules, Alizar. Just like the Italian mob, just like the Jewish mob. They don't talk about the Jewish mob.
Right.
They just the only mob. It was the Italian. Italian was the bad guy. It was a whole Jewish mob in the 60s and 70s and going forward.
Okay. Murder
Inc. Right?
Okay.
Scumbags, drug dealers, murderers, extortionists. Where do you think you got your? Where do you think your insurance companies come from?
Yeah, no.
You ever get in the offender bin there? You can't get no help. Thank the Jewish mob for that, right? Come on, man. I went personal. You know what I'm saying? But no, you making a point though.
Yeah,
I'm gonna share your screen real quick. Go ahead.
Now, what I want to bring out is it's so heavy how you bring that comparison to the Italian mobs. So somehow I fell into a rabbit hole on YouTube, and I started listening to the old tapes that they had.
Fix your camera a little bit.
The old tapes that they had. That's the word.
Come.
The old tapes, recording phone conversation they had with Donnie Brasco and he was talking to Lefty.
Come.
So they were saying like how the law to keep them out of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And now this is a lawless country that, you know what I mean? I just want to bring that.
Excellent.
Somebody
point.
said the audio was say no.
It went down for a second.
That was at 6:59. That was a minute ago. Maybe it's just this mic. Maybe.
Is it on? Is your mic on? Make sure it's up.
No, it's up. Come on. Yeah, it's up. So
hit it again.
Oh, he said it's good now.
Okay, no
it's
sweat.
back on.
It's probably like a small arrow.
Come on. Yeah, but no, that's it.
No sweat. No, excellently point, man. Ain't that makes that saying so ain't and you gotta be pawns in that game.
Yeah.
And it's so sad to see Alizar. If somebody go check.
I'm not sure.
You know what's so sad to see is this. You got a lot of cats in the political world that really feel they really feel when they have they really feel like America can be saved. America can be saved. America can be salvaged. You understand? When that ain't really the case. And America shouldn't be salvaged. It shouldn't be saved. Why is that? Why is that? Because America is Babylon. America is Egypt. America is Sodom. And just like those places was destroyed, this place is going to be destroyed also.
That's not Christ, huh?
And it's time for us to want liberal. Like, we don't even want it. Like, we want it. Like, now I can see. Now you can see. Now you can imagine especially us in here, how ignorant we was coming out of Egypt.
Go on, cuz.
And like y'all the ones that escaped the bondage of this oppressor at this age and time. And then the Lord did all these plagues, and you saw the plagues, you saw the locusts, you saw the blood, you saw the hell, you saw all of those things take place for you. And then you said, I want to go back to work at Walmart. I want to go back to sweeping floors. I want to go back to paying taxes. I want to go back to not owning anything and just being in Egypt. And now you looking today and you would know what you know. It's like, yo, this job is bigger than what we sometimes we maybe even comprehend. Because we so far gone with it. We so far gone like this, especially that Martin Luther King movement and that civil rights movement pushed us back so far. As far as our mentality and our awareness of our state. And I'm looking at these black politicians and cast that's following, mostly Christians and Muslims, right? They really believe the American way is the way to liberation. They really, I believed it. I believed it. And I'm like, I had a homeboy not in the world at all, not in the truth at all, not even a little bit. I'm like, yo, Ron Paul, we gotta vote for Ron Paul. I remember this day. And he was cussing me out like, yo, you on that bull, you know all of that. I'm like, nah, Ron Paul. And I'm looking back like, yo, I was dumb as hell. He wasn't even in the truth. Right. It's kind of embarrassing to say, but we way beyond, up here in the mind to even fathom a society without our oppressor. Okay. But you want to drop this or you want to get some more on this?
It's like it's only a little bit more.
Let's just because you got a class to prepare, right?
Come on, cousin.
Okay, let's get this done.
Want to go now?
Go ahead.
Zelensky posted on social media at the weekend that he had instructed Ukraine's intelligence services to share information on Russia's support for Iran in the conflict with the U.S. He wrote on X that Ukraine had recorded Russian satellite surveillance of U.S. military facilities in the Gulf and that of Washington's allies in the region. Graham, a hawkish supporter of Israel and fierce critic of Iran's Islamic regime, met Zelensky in Kyiv the day before his death and had been in progress of advancing a Senate bill to strengthen sanctions on Russia. That's it, sir.
We'll drop that there, but y'all can see the turmoil continues. The turmoil continues. Like it's a continual battle.
Okay.
And I'm gonna pull up this next article. We're gonna move on here. Hold up.
Okay.
Yeah. We got in Berlin. Now, just like America, you got so-called gay parades going on throughout the face of the earth. I ain't getting no news on. You know what the biggest gay parade at and on the face of the earth?
In Israel.
They're the gayest ones.
Okay.
Is it you can say that?
Okay.
Or is the TikTok gonna get restricted? I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, it's just common knowledge, right?
Right.
They got the biggest gays in the world. You got a little strip of land in the Middle East. I mean, Alizar, come on, man. You can stop me at any time. I'm going too far. This little strip of land, that little strip of land ain't all of this. But it's for this, which is really the Polish and German converts and they got the biggest gay parade in the world. They concentrate. Go to Israel 9 times out of 10, you see any man, he's a flaming homosexual.
God.
Come on, let's go. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead, Alizar.
Berlin Pride attacker served less than 2 years in prison for wanting to join ISIS.
Okay, now before he was already crazy. They let him out because he wanted to join ISIS. So he went to prison or jail, and that's how the article starts. All right, let's get some more.
Come on. The 20-year-old man convicted in 2025 of trying to join ISIS and accused of ramming his rented vehicle into the Berlin LGBTQ plus Pride parade.
Took a vehicle and just pressed the gas on him. Go ahead.
Was killed by police on Sunday. A senior police officer in Germany told CBS News. Mm-hmm. The official said the suspect charged towards police with a knife, and officers opened fire, shooting the suspect. Police later said that the confrontation happened at a garden colony in the suburb of Spadea. Mm-hmm. He died at the scene. Mm-hmm. Germany's interior minister identified the suspect as Abdul Ballout. It's like, can you scroll down?
Scroll down, my bad. You want the mouse? Awesome.
It's on, right?
No, it's over here.
Germany's interior minister identified the suspect as Abdul Ballout, a German citizen with Lebanese roots. Police described him as being part of Berlin's Islamist scene. Ballout on Saturday night allegedly drove a van into a crowd gathered near Berlin's annual Christopher Street Day celebrations. He then continued the attack on foot and is believed to have injured people with a machete. According to Germany's interior minister, one woman was killed and at least 29 others were injured in the attack. Mm. On July 3rd,
you can run a bunch of niggas about this guy. You know what I mean?
3.5 weeks.
We back.
Do I need
We back. Hold up, we back. I think that's why the audio went out for a second. See, Benjamin Netanyahu. That's why. Benjamin
Go.
and Zelensky, they got mad at us. My bad. Trump on the watch.
Go.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I know. I know they be shutting down lives or what have you. Yeah, we back. We had to reboot. We had to reboot the whole system. Damn, yo. But listen, it was a gay attack in Berlin, basically. But this is the thing about the gay attack in Berlin. The gay attacker went to prison for trying to join ISIS 2 years and did 2 years for it. Go ahead.
Slot Conca. Suspicion of a violation of Germany's Weapons Act, according to information provided by CBS News by Berlin protesters. However, they left after only a toy gun was found during the search, and the case was subsequently dismissed.
Alazar, you know what the gays want to say about the attacker?
It's a hate crime.
They're gonna say it's a hate crime. What else? What else did the gays say when you're against gayness?
Come on, what is that? Literal? Is that what?
No, it's literally this is what a gay person will say, or people that is for the gays will say if you're against gayness. I'll tell you what they'll say. They say, "Well, you must be gay."
Oh, goodness.
You hate the gays and the gayness and the queers. That means you must be gay. You know what? It was crazy about that. That is only said about gayness, but that should be against murder.
That's heavy.
Let you be. Man, I'm totally against murder. It's an unjust killing. It's an unjust killing. I'm totally. Well, you must be a murderer if you're against murderers. Does it make sense? Does it even saying it is like, yo, that's some dumb ass. That's some ridiculous theory.
Right.
Well, I'm against eating unclean. Well, I know you be eating that. Or I'm against. Oh, you have a lot of vegetarians say, oh, you shouldn't be out here eating meat. Anybody telling vegetarian, oh, I know you be eating that meat. I know you be behind closed doors. You be eating that steak and that. You got a whole charcoal grill in the back. A smoker. You got a whole smoker. You got a side offset smoker to smoke that steak. I know you do. Like, man, I'm like, yo, that's a ridiculous theory, but they only say it because it's a negative connotation in their mind already.
Oh, God.
In their mind already, they know it's wrong.
Yeah, it's heavy. Like, if I could,
Good.
like, even the whole, you know what I mean, homophobic. They call you homophobic. You know what I mean? Like, that's weird in itself.
That's weird in itself. 100%. You want to get a little bit more?
Gay.
Go ahead.
No, that was it. It's just, you can't be against gay. Like, it's no way. It just spent around and slice. Earlier Sunday, Interior Minister Alexander Dubrit said that everything we see here points to us dealing with an Islamic terror attack. Dubrit said Ballout was born in Germany and that his mother was like, okay. The Brit born in Germany and that his mother was neutralized in 2002, 3 years before he was born. He said the suspect had been convicted in Berlin in the past.
Hold up. I got the mouse. Hold up. I'm trying to add it to the stage.
So neutralized supposed to be like a
detained.
Oh, okay.
Hold up. I don't know why it's not letting me You know, but I ain't got no more problems with it. Take the mouse. Go ahead, take the mouse.
Okay. He was arrested in May for preparing a serious act of subversive violence, protesters said. He was sentenced to a year and 10 months in jail, but this was suspended.
Come on, man.
Time he had spent in jail in Lebanon and pretrial detention, and partially because he admitted to the crimes and distanced himself from ISIS, protesters said. Police said they believe Ballout rented the vehicle used in the attack. He was described as being a slum built about feet 3 inches tall, black.
Go ahead, read that part again.
So he was born a slim built, about 6 feet, wearing a black hoodie.
I was tall as hell.
White pants. Right. Oh, this is footage of the crash.
Huh. Listen, these goddamn devils, right? They're gonna find a way. They're gonna find a way to unalive.
That one comes, sir.
Whether it be a knife, it'd be a toothpick. He found a toothpick. They're gonna use that toothpick up. Not too long ago. You know. And we think it gotta be a arms ban. The problem ain't with the arms or what have you, the firearms, I should say. It's the so-called oppressor, the conquistador, the Spaniard,
Right.
the Portuguese, the French, whatever label you want to give the goddamn slave master. Let me get that mouse back. I got it.
You got it.
They have a real issue and a real problem with you ever heard of the term "keep your hands to yourself"? I don't think a white man ever heard that term. I heard that term 1,000 times growing up in a black community. Keep your hands to yourself. White man don't know what I mean. White man, number one rapist, number one unaliver, number one in domestic violence, number one just violent person in general. The violence in the community. That's why the Israelite School of UPK and what's coming to the earth, morals is on his way.
Right, sir.
Morals is on his way to go. These Indians going to be happy to be for once. You know, doesn't need to be happy that child molestation is not allowed in the earth for once.
Right.
The animals are going to rejoice because
that's right.
The white man ain't hunting it. Kangaroo. The kangaroo can jump.
Right.
The turtles can swim. Right. And the crab can, and the Chesapeake Bay can be clear. Chesapeake Bay. Now I'm growing up in Maryland. We got a Chesapeake Bay. The Chesapeake Bay we got to preserve.
Right. Right.
And everybody out there oyster hunt. The crab. You taking out you're wiping out the filtration system
right.
of the water. And then on top of that, you're polluting water.
That's heavy.
You're polluting the water, one. Then you're taking out the natural filtration, abilities that the Lord implanted in earth.
Exactly.
I mean, what are we even talking about? 7th. This is almost 7th. I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna get off this mic in a second, though.
If I could, so just
Please.
back on that point. That's heavy. Like, cause we known for the crab. Like people come here
For crabs.
for the crabs, and they talk about save the bay. I remember that. I ain't seen
Growing up.
Yeah, they was
Growing up.
always
Say the bay.
big.
Say the bay.
That's crazy.
Matter of fact, on certain sewers, they'll say this sewer line goes to this bay. You know that growing up? What do you mean? Because it was so.
God.
You know what I'm saying? They had to try to play to lessen the. And they just would have brought it to the people with wisdom.
Yeah.
All right, no sweat. Y'all gotta stop fishing down there.
Yeah. God.
Stop fishing. Stop hunting crab and lobsters and oysters. Stop it. We're gonna redirect it here or whatever. We're gonna stop. You know, whatever the case is, and then what?
Yeah.
But no. Now we're the blue crab capital.
Yeah. God. Man.
Okay. The last is we gotta roll. It's like,
Okay. Authorities are working to determine if Barlow acted alone. A man without citizen involvement in the between the alleged attacker and the United States. I would like to say this Christopher Street Day participants here in Berlin, but also cross Germany. Don't let yourselves, let us not let those be intimidated.
cool.
It's like that. Really? Let us not let our intimidated. Okay. The Brit says Sunday, these acts.
I don't know why the hell they wrote it like that. It's a lot.
Be poetic.
Come.
These acts have only one purpose. They aim to divide our society. They want to take away from us the most important we have, namely our openness and our freedom. Good night. I know what that is. Berlin's fire service said that of injured, 3 have life-threatening injuries, 8 were seriously injured, and 5 had slight injuries. Police have not identified the victim who the attack occurred a few hundred yards from a party near the Brandenburg Gate that was supposed to close out the city's Pride Festival. On Sunday afternoon, hundreds of mourners gathered at a memorial at the iconic gate. They hugged each other and laid down flowers, candles, rags, and homemade signs, including a cardboard one that said, "The only thing is dark side."
Love. Go ahead.
Told the AP. I believe that's it, sir. Hold up, Rising. I believe that's it, sir.
No, too much time to go into anything else. We'll be back here live here on the next week. Lord allow, weather permit. But also, before we close, all them streets is getting shut up.
Go on, sir.
All them streets is getting shut up. Straight up Hamas is already, you already know the Red Sea getting clamped down. and them other straits that's being used as alternatives,
Okay.
they're getting shut down by the Houthis.
Seen it.
So it's like um it's up. This the thing, right? This is the reason that
If I can grasp it.
this is the reason. This is how you can see that it's going to just escalate because Trump's arrogance, Benjamin Netanyahu's arrogance, the powers that be in general, their arrogance, what have you, they not gonna be just like you dealing with a stupid bitch.
Good. Okay.
And she just want to win and win and win and win. Donald Trump is just like that stupid. Or Donald Trump, that's him. Benjamin, they want to have that land and that territory so bad. They're going to kill your sons and daughters for that land. And this is what Benjamin Netanyahu and Donald Trump don't recognize it. But we hear in the truth, we understand. We know it clear as day. That nobody went in this. Nobody wanted to just. This is the end of. This is the end of this age of society. This is the end of Babylon. Babylon is falling. America is falling. Of our president is another. Time's gonna get hard. It's gonna get worse. But know this. I got my live restricted for 10 minutes. Well, it's gonna get worse. That's why we gotta come together. Like we thinking, we're gonna be all individuals. Man, I'm gonna mess up. Ain't no messing up in the world. Scripture say, gather. You ain't gonna be able to gather yourself together.
Right.
We gotta gather ourselves together.
That's right.
We gotta lean on each other in these times. That's what time it is. You trying to thug it out. Thug it out. You're gonna be in the hole. First of all, we already in the hole.
Right.
Then you trying to it's gonna get worse and worse. We're gonna need each other. We're gonna have to lean on each other. The time's gonna get worse. We're talking about war across the face of the earth here in the third world. So don't think for a second your individualism is gonna trump or hard us to do. Brother. They gonna make you, hey, listen, man, hey. All right, no sweat. We got these funds though. We're gonna come together, we're gonna build, we're gonna grow. We're gonna fall in this pursuit to the it's pursuit to the kingdom and for the kingdom. The hell with me. that would me what I want to be, but what my be. You know what I mean? So that should be our mindset. That should be our mindset and our job and close. But you know, the third was my bad, chat. Hold up, bear with me, chat. We back again. Benjamin Netanyahu on that BS, yo. He ain't trying to. He don't want us to talk. I'm bad dollars up, but nonetheless, like we in the third wall.
What kind, sir?
We in the third wall. We gotta gather together. We gotta be together. We have to be together. We have to fight our demons. We have to be in total subjection to what the Lord wants, and not to what our minds lead us to. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I need a damn order. Sometimes, you know, the way I be thinking.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the way I be thinking, like, yo, I be bugged out sometimes. Like, I need a damn order to do something. But you know, then in the end, like, I'm just saying, con on con, no sweat. I can't, you know. That's what a lot of us need. That's why the order and structure is so important.
Yeah, okay.
You already listen, I know you already know. We already know what the deal is. You know, that's why the order and the structure is so vital and important in the nation. And matter of fact, in the book of Deuteronomy, it said the Lord seen this, and he said it was good when he was talking about the captains and the officers and the structure.
Yeah, okay.
It's vital for our survival. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we got to be told what to eat. We got to be told what to drink. That's what the law there for. It's for your safety.
Yeah, okay.
That's what the counsel there for. It's for your safety. The counseling, the therapy, all those things is down there for your safety and for the safety of others, man. But let's not ignore that. Let's embrace what the Lord set up for us. For the kingdom, for our people, for our future.
Okay.
You understand? Let's be a part of that. Let's be a part of that history. You know what I mean? But I won't be too long with it, but let's cut this short though. And this is the Israelite School of UPK, started on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We are under Commander Netenyahu. We've been teaching this truth since 1969 that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are in fact the true biblical Jews of the Bible, and that our oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. You understand?
That's right.
This is the 1 West News Desk here in Baltimore. We here every Monday, 6 o'clock. Lord allow, weather permitted. And we'll be here next week. You understand? I'm your host, Captain Saparia. Filling in for Officer Matham Shakaria. We got Officer Alazar in the building as co-host today.
Right,
and we'll be here next week. Shalom Israel.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're